Alright, what's up everyone? Welcome back to the channel. Hope you're doing well and keeping safe out there in the world at this current time. Now, I don't normally do many videos like this, but the last video I did, I think, was back in 2021 called You Can't Trust Anyone, and it was about my flatmate that I had here before that nearly got me out of this flat without even talking to me first, just telling the landlord that I was going to be leaving as well as them. And I had to phone the landlord and rearrange everything because I was virtually, if I hadn't have spoken to the landlord, he would have taken it that I was leaving as well, and I would have been homeless. I'd have had nowhere to go and nowhere to store all of this stuff that I have in the flat at the time. You know, I've got different stuff now, but at the time I didn't have all of this. It was completely different. And I had no way of paying for storage or anything like that. So luckily, I managed to negotiate with the landlord about staying. And then my second flatmate moved in through a recommendation from a friend. And we've now managed to balance it out that we half the rent and bills each. And yeah, I'm still here. But that was the last video, so that's on the channel if you want to check that out, along with the other stuff that I've got up there. Games, playthroughs, let's plays. I did start off with some reaction videos, but I haven't done many of those for a long time. Pop figures, I was showing some of them off. I've done all sorts, but I will get back into the pop figures very soon, but it's just money. Money's very tight at the moment as I'm not working. So anyway, that was the last video that I put up. But this time round, it always seems to happen to me. I don't know why. I become friends with people, and then all of a sudden it falls apart for some reason, and the blame is laid on me. So, again, this has happened again. So let me tell you how this all started. So, basically, I met him through work when I was working behind the bar. He came in, we got to know each other. I already knew a few other people before I knew him. And through them, it brought us closer together, and we became, more friendly and everything else in a group. With the people I already knew, including him as well. And then individually, I used to see him on his days off. We used to arrange days out in the high street. We used to go for a drink, something to eat, have a wander around the shops. Then he used to get in the car, drop me off and drive home himself. On other days, when I used to give him a call to see if he was available, we used to go up to London on each other's birthdays. We used to go to a hotel, have some cocktails. We used to go round London, get some street food, go back to the hotel and have some more cocktails, then get the train home. And it used to be an enjoyable day. It got me out, got me some fresh air, this, that and the other. And then you come home. So that was the basics of what we used to do as friends. Used to go for a drive every now and then with a bit of music on and things up and down the seafront just to see what's going on. Check out the ladies and see what else was going on around by the beach and things like that. We didn't go around hooting, and shouting at women out the windows and things like that. We used to look out the windows, while they were down, and when we had the music on and we were driving along the seafront. And then if people were passing as we were parked at a light or something like that before we went on, we used to look out, wave, say hello and this and that. And yeah, we did get some looks driving around in his car and things like that. And we did see some sights, not only the women, but on the seafront itself, classic car shows and the arcades. And when the seafront was lit up all at night and things like that, it's beautiful down there. But yeah, so anyway, that was the basis of what we did. After that, he called me one day and he said, "I'm getting rid of my PS3, do you want it?" And I said, "Yes, please," because my previous PS3 got stolen. And basically it was stolen by a friend of my flatmate who was staying here at the time. who went into my room because the door was open and stole my PS3, Xbox 360 and a couple other things. When I got back off holiday, I noticed that some of the things I had on the side were gone, and I phoned the police straight away. They came round, dusted for prints, checked all CCTVs around the area, and they found out that he had gone to a shop in Southend and sold it for money for drugs. So they were able to track who it was, and they knew it was in that shop. He was arrested. He sent me a letter shortly after apologising, but he was then deported back to, I think, Madeira in Portugal, and I haven't heard anything from him since then, so I don't know what he's doing. But eventually I did get my 360 back. It was held in storage and as evidence for about 6 weeks, so I couldn't get it back for like 6 weeks. Never got the PS3 back, didn't know where that went. Then shortly after the police had been, I noticed that a few other things were missing, like an iPod and a couple other bits. But anyway, that's the long and short of that. So I said to him, yes please, I would like your PS3 because I haven't got one and I want to get another one and build my collection up. So he said okay. So he phoned me a couple of days later and said I'll drop it round. So I said yeah, okay, thank you very much. So he gave me a knock and he came in, dropped the bag off, and he said I've got to go. So he left the thing here. I said, what do you want me to do from here on? I said, you dropped it off now, what would you like me to do? And he said, I'll talk to you about it later. So in the end, he ended up just giving me it. I had, and I've got to give him credit, the console was in pristine condition. No scratches, no marks, no nothing. I got 2 pads, 1 HDMI lead, 1 mains plug, and what was the other thing? 3 games. I think I got Metal Gear Rising: Revengeance, Sonic Racing, and what was the other one? God of War. That was it. God of War. So yeah, beautiful condition. Can't fault him on how well he kept all of his stuff. So then I got a call a little bit later, a couple of weeks later, and he said, I'm getting rid of my PS4 because now I've got a PS5 and all my games that I've got I'm transferring onto PS5. And at that time, PS5 had a thing, it was like smart delivery on Xbox. When you upgrade your games from PS4 to PS5, they become to the best quality that that console can produce, even though they're like a backwards compatible game. It didn't have, I don't think it had backwards compatibility, it might have done, but anyway, when you put the games on, it's converted automatically to the quality that the PS5 can put up. But the only thing with that was, at that time, Sony were charging £10, no, not £10, $10, sorry, for every game that you transferred over to upgrade onto PS5, back from the PS4. And Microsoft were doing smart delivery for absolutely nothing. You just put the game in, it updates it on the Microsoft Store. Well, not the Microsoft Store, but it updates the game on the console, and it becomes playable as a version for Xbox Series X and S with the updated graphics and higher frame rate and everything else. So yeah, that was the only downside to all what Sony was doing, charging you to upgrade your games on a console you'd already paid about 400 to 500 quid for. I think that's a bit of a Mickey take, to be honest, but people were out there, they were doing it, they were paying it. So if they're going to do it and you want to upgrade your games, people are going to have to pay it if you want to upgrade your games, whereas Microsoft were doing it for free. So, but I'm not biased to any console. I'm not going to sit here slating PlayStation we know what PlayStation are like, we know what Xbox is like, and we know the things that each other do, so no point getting into a big debate on that. So anyway, I paid him all the money, month by month, for 4 months, for the cost of the PS4. The PS4 was a terabyte. You can't, it's very rare you get a terabyte in shops nowadays, but the thing's still there. Spot. Yeah, it's very rare you get a terabyte in the shops now, and if you do, they're going to be about 300 quid. So this PS4 came as a terabyte drive, but it had an inbuilt SSD drive in it as well, which the guy that was selling it to me put in. So that added extra storage as well. So I think I ended up with around about 1.5 or 2 terabyte storage for the whole PS4 system. I can't remember how much was in it. But anyway, as I said, brilliant condition, fantastic condition. Can't fault that and the PS3 either. He really did look after his stuff. So that was all paid off. Now after that, I got a phone call and he said, I've got something else here I forgot to mention to you when I told you about the PS4. So I said, okay. So I said, what is that? And he said, I've got a box here of headphones. So I said, alright. I said, well, I got a couple of headphones indoors. I said, like Turtle Beach and something else. Oh, my Sony extra bass ones I got for 30 quid. The bass is excelled inside the headphones on the Sony ones. So I said, no, these are better. They're really, really good. He said, I've got, I think they were called Arctis Pro 9s or something. And I said, oh, okay. What are they then? So he said, well, they're the top-notch headphones for gaming, whether you're on PC, or you can put them on your phone, and you can plug them into your Xbox as well, things like that. He said, and they've got inbuilt Dolby Atmos in there. I can't remember if it was 7.1, 9.1 or 5.1. I can't remember what the headset supported. But, yeah, he said, I've got a load of stuff in the box as well. If you want it, I'll knock the price down to 200 quid. So I said, sounds fair enough, I said. So I will let you know if I have any money issues, but as far as it goes for now, yes, I would like those as well, but I've got to be careful with my money. I've got to pay rent and bills and everything else. I said, we'll stick to the agreed plan we had with the PS4, and that will be £50 a month for 4 months. So I said, but be aware, I will let you know by phone, and I won't let you down if there's any issues with my money. But I will give you £50 a month at best for 4 months to cover the cost of these headphones. So he said, okay, so we shook on it. So we had a deal then. Now, this is where it all started to go sour. I had 1 month where I found out that I'd been underpaid on my social money for the month. So I was unable to pay my bills and the rent at the same time. I only had £368 out of £624. So I'd lost around about £280, £290. So I thought, something is definitely wrong here. They've messed up my money. Something's really gone wrong. So I was trying to consider what the best option was. And I thought to myself, best option is to pay my rent and bills first. Then, what I'll do is I'll see what money I've got left after. Then I realised I couldn't pay my bills because I was underpaid. So I thought, right, my rent's got to go over. So I transferred £300 into my rent account. But the rent account was still outstanding for the bills. So the bank account still had money in it, but not a lot. So I needed to top it up next month with my next payment if that would have been correct. But I still would have been out that month that I was underpaid. every month onwards, because that money never went in. So anyway, I paid the 300, but I thought to myself, I've only got just over £28 left. I thought I can do one or two things. I can send him 28, which leaves me no money at all until the 2nd of next month. So what do I do? Or I could phone him and tell him what the situation is, like I told him I would do, and see if we can work something out. So what I decided to do was give him a call. I thought best thing I can do is give him a call and talk to him direct. No answer. So I thought, okay, it's very strange that he doesn't answer. He normally picks up, or he rings me back shortly after he's missed a call from me. So what's going on here? I no idea. Anyway, I tried him again. No answer. So I thought, well, he must be busy with his mum, or he's with his sister and her son, or something's happened and he can't get back to me yet, therefore he will come back to me later on. A week went by, nothing. I tried ringing him back again, he didn't pick up. And then I thought to myself, I don't know what to do here. I thought, I know, I won't pester him anymore. He'll get back to me at some point. If something's happened, he'll let me know when he calls me back. So 2 weeks went by, no answer. 2.5 weeks, no answer. I texted him a few times as well, and he hadn't replied to any of my texts, and I was beginning to think, I really don't know what is going on. I have no idea what is going on here. So I thought, I'll wait for him to call me back. I'm not going to pester him anymore. I'm not going to ring him, not going to text him, nothing. Next thing I know, I got a text message, and it said, I've had enough of this now. You're delaying things. I haven't received any money from you. You're not doing this, you're not doing that. And I thought, where's this come from out of the blue? I've tried contacting you to let you know I had an issue. So I thought to myself, what should I send him back as a message? So I sent one back saying, well, I have tried to be in contact with you and let you know what is going on, what's happening, and that my finances this month, I was underpaid, so I wasn't able to send you anything. I could have sent you £28 and told you I'd give you the rest in next month's payment to equal it out, you know, along with the other 50. So therefore I'd have to give you £72. So then I said we'd be all square, and then then after that I owe you 150 quid, and that's it. So I got all this argument afterwards saying, well, you never got any money, you don't do this, you don't do that, you're always making excuses, this, that and the other. I want my stuff back. So I said, I'm not making excuses. I said, I'm telling you the truth. If you'd have picked up your phone when I phoned you, or even rang me back or text me back and said, okay, we'll sort something out, we probably could have got somewhere. But you didn't. And he refused to acknowledge that it was his fault, and he blamed it all on me. So I texted him back in the end, and I said, in my head I'm thinking, I'm not even arguing anymore. I'm past all this. So I texted him back and I said, right, if you want your stuff back, I'll send it back to you, but you give me the money back that I gave you, because if I'm no longer paying for this, you have no right to keep the money I sent. So I said, okay, I'll send your money back. And this is what peed me off. He said, when I get the stuff back and I check the box to see if everything's in there. And I thought, you what? Why would I, when I've got somebody else's property that I haven't fully paid off yet, put anything anywhere else other than in the box when I've looked to see what's in there? You know, I wouldn't want to give you back something with a load of stuff missing, and I wouldn't do that anyway. So all the stuff is already in there. I know it was, along with the headphones and everything else. So he said, bring it back to me. He didn't say, would you bring it back? He said, bring it back to me Tuesday. I'm in the club. I want it back on Tuesday. I'll be in there at 10 o'clock in the morning. Come drop it off to me then. And I thought, no, I don't want to see you. I don't want to see you. So what I did was I said, okay, I'll drop it back to you as you requested. And then he said, I'll give you the money back when I get the stuff back. So I thought, what could I do? And a friend of mine works behind the bar there now, after I left. So what I'll do is I'll give him a ring, and I'll just say, I've got something to give back to this guy at the club. Can you take it and put it behind the bar when you go to work? Therefore it'll be there when he gets in. So I asked him and he said, yeah. So I told him what the situation was and he said, oh, very sorry to hear that and everything else. So I said, I just don't understand why people act this way. I mean, he knows my circumstances. I told him if there's any problems then I would sort something out with him by giving him a call, see if we can make some alternate arrangements and everything else. And he wouldn't answer the phone and now he's making everything out to be my fault. So he said, oh well, drop it off to me. He said, and I'll take it in. He said, and I'll leave it for him. And I said, oh, I'm also owed money back from it because I'm not paying for it anymore. So if you can take it, I'll come pick up the money from you because frankly I don't want to see him. After I've been treated and spoken to, we was getting on all right and now he's turned out like this. I don't think I really want any part of this anymore. So I said I'd rather do it that way. So anyway, I gave the stuff back, everything's okay. He texted me back saying, I've left your money with Trevor behind the bar. And I went back and got my money back. So that was it. And after that, I just thought to myself, best thing to do now is move on from all of this. There's no point trying to get back to where we were. We could go back to where we were, but then I wouldn't buy anything off him ever again because of that attitude. But in the end, I just thought, forget it, just move on. So I've deleted him on Facebook and blocked him. I've deleted him on WhatsApp and blocked him there. And I don't think I blocked him on YouTube, but I don't need to go to that extreme. I don't even think he's even subbed to me anymore. But yeah, that's what happened. So that's it, we're done. So it just means that basically when it comes to what we used to do on our birthdays, going up to London, this, that and the other, it's not going to happen unless I can find someone else to go with. But if my birthday should fall on a weekday, that basically means that I can't get anybody to go with me because they're all working. So after 5 o'clock when they all finish work, nobody's going to come up to London on the train till about 10 or 11, then come back on the train, especially if they got an early start in the morning, because they're going to have to get some sleep, then get up, get themselves washed, dressed, get something to eat, get a drink and then head off to work. So you can't do all that after a big session in London if you got an early start. So that's that out the window. So that's probably not going to happen for quite a while now. All the things we used to do about going out for a drink, we're not going to do anymore. So, I mean, I see a couple of friends of mine now and then, but I hardly see many more of them. Because they're all, you know, living away, further away, or they got kids, they got jobs, they've got homes, they've got families. They haven't got the time to meet up, you know. It would be nice to, but we just can't do it. So that sort of rules all that out. So that just shows the effects of when you don't have people much in your lives anymore, that you're very limited on what you can do, unless you're that sort of person that will just go out and, you know, have your birthday party on your own or something, or maybe with your mum and dad if your mum and dad are still around. I know a lot of people have lost theirs. Friends lost his mum and his dad in, you know, quite a long time. His mum passed away and his dad passed away within, I think, a year or so, or I can't remember how long ago it was. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people haven't got their parents anymore to, you know, go out and have good times with. So I'm blessed in that fact that I still have mine, but my heart goes out to, you know, people who haven't got theirs. It's a very sad time. But I'll work something out. But anyway, that's it. So I just wanted to bring that to you and get your opinion on how you'd feel if it all happened to you. If it has happened to you, leave a comment in the box below and let me know how you dealt with it. People deal with it in different ways. Some people react differently. Some people just brush it off and move on. So, yeah. Anyway, thanks for watching. Take care of yourself out there in the world, and I'll see you on the next video. Bye bye for now.